Hello, everyone. I'm Tia Young. I'm the founder of Tia Young Image and Etiquette. I help my clients learn the soft skills for success through professional development and etiquette training. And I come to you today. I just had a tea etiquette session. And since I am still set up, I wanted to share it with you as well. So give me a moment. I'm going to go back behind me. And that's my tea set up there. And I'm going to show you a few tips actually that I found on the internet from a gentleman called Jee Choe. All right, here we go. Jee shared 21 afternoon tea etiquette rules, and I really love them. So I wanted to share them with you. So I have my setup here. Of course, you have to have a beautiful setup when you want to do tea etiquette, tea party etiquette. So just 21 rules here. I'm sure there's tons more, but these are the ones I want to share with you, and I really love what he shared. The first thing he says is dress appropriately. I know it really doesn't matter how you dress, but the more upscale you dress, so to speak, in a nice dress and not jeans and flip-flops and a t-shirt, but dress a little bit nicer than you normally would when you're going out to a tea party. At home, you can enjoy tea on the couch, sitting on the porch, on the swing, or with one of your favorite friends. These are a few rules for when you go out to enjoy tea or have a tea party at your home. The first one was dress appropriately. Most afternoon tea spots have a smart casual dress code. You don't have to go decked out in party dress, but stay away from jeans and sneakers, like I said. You should look neat and put together. That's number one. Number two, keep the cell phones off the table. Yes, phones, glasses, and any other personal items shouldn't be on the table. Instead, place them on the chair to your left or your right or your lap, but don't put them on the table. Number three, put your pinky finger down. Most of us believe that when we hold the teacup, it should actually be with your pinky up. There's no need for the pinky to be up. It should be down to balance the cup. So when you do enjoy your tea, keep the pinky down. The proper way to hold the teacup is to hold the handle with the pinky finger down and never up. For number four, hold the teacup by the handle and not by the actual bowl. Some people put their fingers in like that and hold the bowl, sometimes to keep warm, but you don't want to do that. You want to hold it by the handle. Normally only a couple fingers will go inside and keep the other fingers down and not up. Stir up and down and not in circles. You're saying, okay, what does that mean? So what that means is when you have your cup and you have your spoon, instead of stirring in a circle, you stir up and down. If your cup was a clock, that circle was a clock, you're gonna go from 12 to 6, 12 to 6, back and forth that way, and not in circles going all the numbers, just 12 and 6, 12 and 6. And don't make noise either when you're stirring. Try to stir as quietly as possible. As a matter of fact, everything you do when you're eating should be you try to do quietly. Chewing, you don't want to slurp, you don't want to hit the sides of the cup when you're stirring. So try to enjoy your drink or any food as quietly as possible. Move your teaspoon up and down, 6 and 12, gently folding in sugar or milk. Making noise with the teaspoon is frowned upon, so make sure your spoon doesn't clang and touch the inside of the teacup. Also, don't tap the teaspoon on the side of the teacup. You know how some people, after they stir, they do like this? That's not necessary. That's making more noise, drawing attention to you. So stir quietly, place it down, and place the spoon down as well. 6, don't drink from the teacup with the teaspoon in it. So after you have stirred, don't leave the teaspoon in there and then drink. Even if you're holding it, don't leave it in there. Take that teaspoon out. Like, I have a little cute teaspoon. No, most teaspoons will be bigger than this. but you don't want to keep that inside the cup when you're enjoying the drink. Take it out, put it on the saucer. After you've stirred your tea, put the teaspoon on the saucer, either on the right side or behind the cup. Now you can drink your tea. As a general rule, don't leave the teaspoon in the teacup, as mentioned. 7, don't put the teaspoon in your mouth. A lot about the teaspoon. So after you've stirred, don't put it in your mouth. Put it on the saucer. And then sometimes, like I have a little tea bag holder. Sometimes you might not have a saucer. You might just have the teacup. And if that's the case, you need something to put the tea bag on and the spoon on as well. So this will help protect any linen, or you don't want to put it on a bare table because it'll leave a spill there. So have something, even if it's a napkin, to put that spoon on and leave it on there, and do not lick the spoon. After you've stirred the tea, put your teaspoon on the saucer, either on the left side or right or behind the cup, like I mentioned before. 7, don't put, 8, saucers stay on the table. You notice when I lift the cup, I lift just the cup and not the saucer as well. If you're close to a table, you do not need to hold the saucer. I'm close to the counter here, so when I put the cup down, when I drink the tea, all I need to do is lift the cup and not both the cup and the saucer. If I'm away from any kind of table or counter where I can put it down, then you can hold the tea saucer in your left hand and the teacup in your right hand, and then drink that way. Then put it back down as needed. When you're sitting at the table, there's no need to lift up the saucer to drink from the teacup. The only time it would be proper to pick up the saucer is if you're more than a foot away or so from it, as in the case when you're standing. Then the saucer would be held in the left hand and the cup on the right, like I just mentioned. So I'm reading some information from Mr. Choe, and also some of my opinions, as I've enjoyed tea all my life. As a matter of fact, I'm a former international flight attendant, and one thing that I really enjoyed doing was enjoying tea in London, England, and Harrods is a very popular department store. So I purchased loose, this is loose tea, so it's not in a bag or anything. I have to actually use a tea strainer. So what I do is open this cute little heart tea strainer. There's all kinds. The most popular ones are the round ones. But all you do is open it up, and then half of that, put the loose tea in there, close it back up and make sure it's sealed, and then it goes, so all the tea won't go loose into the actual glass. So you'll put that in. I also have a little place where you can hang it on the side of the cup. This particular one does, to make it a little more convenient when you're getting it out and it doesn't fall. You don't have to dig your fingers inside. So this one has a little holder on the side, and then you take that out and put it on the side, or put it on the holder there, or leave it in the steep. Steeping normally 3 to 5 minutes to get it however strong you want it. The longer you leave it in there, the stronger it will be. So that's loose tea. Most of us see this kind of tea that's in the bag. You open that, and then there's a tea bag in there. This is another tea strainer here that my daughter found. And you put the tea in there, and you just pull this right off. Put the tea in there, put that back on, and then put this whole thing in the hot water. And then it steeps that 3 to 5 minutes, and then you can take it out, put it on. Do not put it on the table or any linen. You have to have something to put it on to collect the rest of the liquid that's in there. And then also the tea bags that are clear like this and cute triangle shape. So there's all types, but there's wonderful shops around that you can purchase and blend whatever type of flavors you like best in tea, and enjoy whatever flavor combination you like. All right, number 9, don't blow on hot tea to cool it down. If it's too hot, you pour the tea, you get ready to drink. You notice it's too hot. You don't want to fit it back in there, but what you want to do is wait till it cools. Don't blow. Also, don't take the spoon, blow and heat. Do not do that. I see you can't do that. We don't want to do that, right? We're mature. So let it cool a few minutes. You want to try it again and just sip a little bit at a time. Let the tea cool on its own if it's too hot, and don't blow on the tea. Number 10, take small sips of tea. Just a small sip at a time. And place the cup back down on the saucer. Don't make loud slurps when drinking your tea. Take small, quiet sips. Do everything quietly, and it's a common etiquette rule. Like I mentioned earlier, we don't want to do anything loud when we're eating, chomping, slurping, or any of that, or hitting the side of the glass. 11, don't swish your mouth with tea. When you don't want to take a lot of tea at once and hold it in your mouth. Don't swish tea around in your mouth like it's mouthwash. You remember, sip a little bit at a time and enjoy it. Your tea isn't a mouth rinse, even if you do it quietly. Don't swish the tea around your mouth. 12, use milk and sugar only for black tea. So if I have my teacup, I love black tea with evaporated milk. I just love that combination, a little bit heavier milk than like a skim milk. So you want to pour that in. And I love those little cubes. I don't have any cubes. I wish I did. The little cubes of sugar, put 1 or 2 in. I tend to put too much. Stir gently without making sound. 12-6, 12-6. Put that down. Pick up just a cup if you're close to a table. Sip a small amount. Sorry, I did that. That's 12. So black tea for cream and sugar. Do not use green, oolong, white, or herbal teas to add milk to. Now, sugar's fine. Honey's fine. I love honey also in my tea when I have the one other than the black tea. When I have black tea, I put the cream and the sugar in it. Eat with your fingers. It's not often that we get to eat food with our fingers, but that's the proper etiquette for afternoon tea. So don't be shy about eating everything from tea sandwiches to mini sweets with your hand. You see, I have the 3-tiered tray here, and that's where the tea edibles will be served on if you're having a high tea, which will have all those different courses. Use a knife for slathering on cottage cream and jam for scones. So that's the only time you would use the knife. Otherwise, you shouldn't really need a fork at all. If you had a scone, this is just a biscuit for an example here. But I have a little cream. I'm not going to open it, but it's a little jam here. That's a strawberry and a blackberry jam. The cute little, I love these little cute containers that you get at hotels when you stay. So the only time you use your knife or spreader is to put that jam on your scone or the clotted cream on your scones. Don't cut it in half, break the scone, put the jam or clotted cream on there, and then eat. Clotted cream, but English tradition there with your scones. We don't see it here much in America. We normally just use the jam. 14, tea sandwiches. Tea sandwiches are eaten first. Like I mentioned, there's 3 tiers. Afternoon tea comes in 3 courses, usually all at once on a 3-tiered tray. Eat the savories and tea sandwiches first, and they're on the bottom. Start from the bottom and you go up. We started from the bottom, now we're here, right? So start at the bottom. The tea sandwiches versus savories, anything that's savory. So you can have those cucumber sandwiches, egg sandwiches. You'll also see sometimes chicken salad sandwiches on there. Then the scones, with clotted cream and the jam are eaten next, they'll be in the second level. Then finally, sweets. Petit fours, those mini sweets that are really, really cute. It could be cheesecake, it could be chocolate cake, carrot cake. They're all on the top. Sometimes you'll see fruit also, strawberries and things like that. And that's the order that they normally go in, but start at the bottom and work your way up to the top. Tea sandwiches should be eaten in 2 to 3 bites. It's normally just very, very small. That's all you need, 2 to 3 bites to eat the whole sandwich. Don't jam the entire sandwich in your mouth at one time. 15, break the scone into small pieces. So don't take the whole scone and bite into it. Break it. It's just like bread in a dinner or a lunch. When you have a roll or bread, break that, butter that, eat that. You don't want to take a bite of the whole piece at once. Break it off first. Break a bite-sized piece off the scone, slather on, I don't like the word slather so much. Place the on your clotted cream in the jam using the knife, and then eat and repeat. Please do not make a scone sandwich. So you don't want to cut that scone in half and then slather the clotted cream and jam in the middle and then eat it like that. No, no, no. You remember, break a piece and then put on what you want on that scone. Also about the scone, you never want to dunk your scone in your tea. You never want to do that, dunk your scone in your tea. Now, keep in mind, when you're at home, like I am right now, and no one else is here, I really won't be offending anyone by doing that because no one can see it. But you want to practice at home what you're going to do when you're in public, because those old habits are hard to break. So try to get in the habit of doing things the right way. And then when you do go out, it won't be so hard to remember. It'll come more naturally to you. So no dunking in your tea, your coffee, or whatever you're drinking. Because we don't want to see, tea running down your chin, right? All right. So let's practice the right way at home. So when we go out in public, it will be natural for us to do. All right, 17, use utensils, don't go back on the table. Use utensils, don't go back on the table. Once I use that knife or spreader, it rests on the plate, even if it started out on the table. Once you use it, it does not go back on the table. Germs, not germs, I'm sorry, but actual, you don't want to get the tablecloth dirty, you don't want to get the table smeared, especially with jam. So let it rest on the plate. Wait, then where do the utensils go? Once a flatware has been used, rest it on the right side of the plate. Don't put it back on the table. So on the right side of the plate, and sometimes with bread plates, I normally like to put them on the top, but the right side, for me, is here. For you watching, it is right here on the right side. You're opposite me, or it can be at the top. So the right side or top. All right. Don't lick your fingers. If you've eaten a piece of scone and a piece of a little bit of strawberry jam is on your finger, you don't want to lick it. You want to take your napkin and you want to wipe it on there. Now the napkin is on the lap. Now keep in mind, a lot of napkins are pretty big. So you do want to fold it in half, either in a triangle shape or in a rectangle, just in half, whatever you prefer. I like the triangle shape of my lap, but whatever you prefer to do. Oh, it keeps trying to fall right there. So just pick it up, and you don't want to wipe, you actually want to dab, and that's actually number 19. So not only do you not lick your fingers, number 18, but 19, don't wipe, you want to dab, 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 like that. Keep it classy at all times. So when you want to wipe away anything from your face, don't treat your napkin like a towel. It says, dab, don't wipe. 20, place utensils on the plate in the 420 position when tea service is over. 420 position. And 420 position, I'm going to move the scone for just a second and set it to the side. If your plate was a clock, and this is 12 o'clock here, and it goes 3, 6, 9, back up to 12, 4 will be about right here, right? And excuse my fingers there, about right there. This is a small plate, right? So put it there. Now, if you had a spoon and a knife, then the spoon will go right next to it, right there. Let me see. Put it down first so it won't fall. They're together like that. 420 position. If you're resting, meaning you're not done eating, place them in the resting position. And it's kind of like an upside down V on the 8 and the 20. So it's the 820 position. And they're smaller utensils, a little bit harder to hold. So about like that. 820, when you're resting, you're not finished eating. And then when you're done eating, they go together like that. 420 and 820. So what it says, putting any utensils you've used in the 420 position lets the server know you're done. That's called the silent service code with the meal, and it can be taken away. Fork tine should be up and the knife blade facing you. Now, sometimes with the meal, you don't just have the sandwiches, you don't just have the 3 tiers. Sometimes you might have a salad, you might have soup, and there's all types of combinations they put. So sometimes when you do have that fork, you'll know to put whatever utensils you have together. So if you have the fork and the spoon, you'll just pretend that spoon is a fork. And then you put it in the 420 or the 820 position if you've used those utensils. Otherwise, that teaspoon could be left right next to the saucer, on the saucer next to the cup. And number 21, place the napkin on the left side of the place setting when getting up. So for you, if your meal was here, you want to place it on the left side when getting up. You don't need to fold it back pretty or anything like that, just loosely to the left side. You kind of want to wait till everyone's done. Like for ladies, you might get lipstick on the napkin, or food might be on the napkin, jam might be on the napkin. So if they're still eating around you, you don't want to offend them by putting a dirty napkin on the table and destroy their appetite, right? So wait till they're done and then place it there. If they're not, you might have to leave early, leave that napkin in the chair. But normally, when you're done eating, the napkin goes back on the table on the left side. When you're maybe run to the restroom or to run out to make a call, place that napkin on the chair. Also, there's always kind of debate on where the napkin goes. For me, it's the left side of the table, and make sure you push that chair in when you leave. And thank whoever invited you or prepared that tea for you. So for the napkin, there's debate, but for me, put it on the left side of the table. All right, that has been the 21 different afternoon tea etiquette rules that I found from Jee Choe, and I really love them, so I wanted to share them with you. I love etiquette of any kind, so when anyone shares anything and I find a great article, I tend to share it with you. I just added all these wonderful things here for you in my event that I had earlier today. It was called You Are Royalty, so I had my crown here also that I did teach in. So I had it there. I was former 2017 Miss Mompreneur, so I had that available there. If you'd like to contact me, of course, that's my contact information there. My website has changed, but if you do go to tampaetiquette.com, it will take you to tiayoungimage.com. You will be able to find me and my information. I am so excited. Recently, I was just selected as a TEDx speaker, so I'm super excited about that. It's going to be held January 29th, 2022 in Florida. Reach out to me on social media, Mrs. Tia Young or Mrs. Manners on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. I hope you learned some new things and invite me out to tea sometimes. I would love to attend with you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye. fix my crown, fix my crown. Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye.